All right, this is part 2 of the demo here, and we've been looking at our character, it's Superman, and we've demonstrated IK-FK switching in the legs, snapping, the picker interface, and all the tools within the picker. And one more feature we should look at in the rig is the IK head. The IK head, when switched on, allows the head to maintain global position no matter what the body is doing. So you can twist and contort the body, the head will always maintain the same orientation in global space. It's all switched at the top node, and so I can switch it back off, and now the head will inherit from the body, and instead of trying to maintain global space, it inherits. All the movement is now based on the spine, and it moves additively. Very handy. All the features that we have in the rig are actually in-game supported, and all the foot controllers, the IK-FK head, the IK two-joint solvers, and expressions even. So since we had expressions at our disposal, most of the controls, including the IK-FK head, the ball attribute on the leg, and IK were all both used in the animation rig and in the game. The animation rig and the game rig are the same, which has very nice dynamic behavior, allows us to do like the IK offset feature that's shown in the demo reel. Okay, so now I'm going to show one of my last favorite tools that I developed with Quang Tran. This is called the Animation Nabber, and you select any elements that you want. Select an animation file in my ASCII, not an intermediate file format like Anim or Filmbox, but you actually just parse the animation file directly, dump it onto the character, on whatever's selected or part of the character, and you have the animation ready to go on the character. Very, very handy. Mel is a fast parser. I was very impressed by this tool. I'm going to mute the translations, and so we have our character with an animation from our last project, working cleanly on the Superman rig, and ready to go, the animation nabber. So the last two things I want to demonstrate, I'm going to expose the curves here to demonstrate curve looping and curve mirroring, two of the very key processes that happen a lot if you want clean animation data for video games. You know, we always have to have good matching poses, you don't want any popping. And so, and looking at this animation, I'm going to go to the end of the animation, and I'm going to move the foot so that the end curve doesn't cycle very cleanly. I need to do this a little bit more noticeably. So let's shift the foot over, curve it a little bit so that it's clearly not part of the clean cycle. So the foot kicks out at the side here. Let's say this is where you are with the animation. And this tool here, when clicked, will realign the curves, which you'll see right here. The end curves will match both in position and tangent. Boom. And now we have a clean cycle. It always matches the end curve to the beginning one of whatever your time range is. So now we have a clean cycle again. So very handy animation looping tool. And now the mirroring tool is especially useful. What I'm going to do is take the beginning of this run cycle, and I'm just going to increase the Y height so that we have a higher kick at the back end of the animation. So the right foot is now kicking high, and it's not symmetric now, left, right. So in our picker interface, so yeah, you see the high kick on the right side, left side is not reflecting it. And this mirroring function is very handy because it will suggest a midpoint for cycle offsets, or you can choose no offsets if the movement is symmetric. You hit it, and now that exact animation has been found to its corresponding opposite side. You can go left, right, or right, left, and now both legs reflect that high kick. So iterating is very fast. You can basically update on one side and automatically have an update for if you want a symmetric animation. You notice it leaves behind clean curves in both sides of the animation controls. The left foot IK controller and the right foot IK controller have exactly the right key range. They're not depending on post or pre-infinity cycles, and ready to go, exported cleanly into game. So very handy. So finally, I'm going to show you Perforce integration. This is a very handy tool that allows all the Perforce functions. You don't even have to have Perforce open. You'll notice right now the default change list is empty. I've just called this file something. I hit the Perforce checkout button, and out of the oven in the Perforce interface we now have, I'll update, and in the top default list we have the file we just saved. It can also do this with animations and all the game data. Any external files that you need can automatically, through the tool, through system calls, be now placed, created, and dumped into Perforce. So all the artist needs to do is go check their game data, go to Perforce, and check in once everything is done. All these tools, especially the Perforce integration I've already looked into, can be moved to MaxScript easily since they use system calls. And thank you very much for looking at this demo.